So, behind the scenes, number 2. I started off with emailing and messaging people on Instagram about being part of my documentary. I think I emailed or I messaged like 30 to 40 different people that were either like to do with Liverpool. So it was mainly like Liverpool fan accounts or academy and players that would have been on the bench, not necessarily played, because I thought I'm not going to get any reply from like the first team players. I also messaged a couple of the like retired players like Jamie Carragher, who else? I think Steven Gerrard, but I knew it was going to be a long shot. So I got 2 replies. One from James Redmond, who was he's been making YouTube videos for like the last season, and he used to appear on Red Men TV, who are like the biggest Liverpool fan account, and they do like a fan reactions after a game, and he did this.
And the one that I'm mentioning now, Sadio Mane, I said it last time I was on it, he's the best football player in the world.
So with James Redmond, I got a reply from him. He was like, "Oh, when do you want to do it?" And then I emailed him, I messaged him back, and I got no reply. And then a couple of weeks later, I kept messaging him every other couple of days, and then unsend it if he didn't see it. Then he saw it again, because I tried to get an interview, and then I tried to get it again, because the days that I said he'd been like 2 weeks since then, so it didn't really matter, and got no reply, which was a shame because I really wanted to interview him, but he would have been like what I really wanted. But I also got a reply from the Anfield Road podcast, who I got quite a good connection with and good conversation, and we arranged 2 interviews, and on Tuesday, I think the 11th and 18th, but he bailed on me and didn't tell me. And then when I said, "Oh, my project was supposed to be due at the end of the week, so I can't do it again," he apparently felt bad and wanted to do it. Then I was like, "They need to get this done. There's no point." We're preparing to film for Jordan's interview, so we're just setting up. I'll probably put this in time lapse, but Paul suggested that we went in the audio recording room rather than one of the editing rooms, and I think it actually worked out better. We never practiced it in the other room, but I thought the lighting was good. The framing around Jordan was good. I like the picture. It's really, really what I wanted in the end. So we set up. It was quite close. So me and Tom wore our masks, but Jordan had his off. We're tested twice a week, so that shouldn't really matter. And we used the wireless lavalier I used it for the first time. I think Tom might have used it before. That was really good because it meant Jordan could just have it on his shirt and then tucked behind him, and then we put that on the camera. I thought his was the best audio as well. Yep. So, with my dad's interview, the original framing didn't go to plan because the lighting came from the back. I thought that would have been good, but it reflected on the clock show, which is really what I wanted to be like not the focal point, but I thought that would have been quite good in the background. And I wish my dad bought a different, like, proper red shirt, because he kind of blended into the sofa a bit in the end. And I probably could have done slightly better on the framing, and the light was a bit harsh. They're sort of nitpicky, but I just feel like I didn't have enough time to really change it around, because I had to go to college in half an hour at that point, because my dad took ages to get ready. I completely forgot to film anything before filming Bradley's interview. Basically, we used the Rode microphone again, with the same with my dad's interview, and just set up I had Tom to help me, so we set up quite quickly, put the chair down, and then we got Bradley I kind of wrote some notes and put on the tripod, because he couldn't get all of them in a row. At one point, I think he said Australia instead of Austria. His was good. I quite liked his background as well, but it took ages to do for 2 clips, because he kept getting distracted. If I do a blooper reel, a lot of it would be of him. That might come within a couple of weeks, maybe, who knows. Final interview was Sax, and I used his setup because he was filming an interview, and it wouldn't have been what I would have chosen, because I wasn't going to use the green screen at all. I don't know if he was, and I forgot to put the actual mic, turn the audio recorder on, so that's actually using the camera audio, which I think works fine, but if I had enough time, I probably would have refilmed that. But I thought what he was talking about was really good, and I didn't really want to refilm it. I probably would have if I was to have framed it myself, I would have probably gone the other way and looking at all the chairs, or maybe at the whiteboard. I don't know, but they're kind of small things that don't really affect the outcome, because he would have still be talking and stuff anyway. It's not like the clip probably would have been the same, or more or less the same, wherever I would have filmed. Now, for the editing, I've done it a bit differently. Normally, I would have, looking back, what I should have done is got all the footage and put in the order, and then gone through and added the cutaways and archive footage and music and all of that. But I actually done it so I get the first 30 seconds and do that until it's finished, and then so on. And it's just because I wanted to get it done as quickly as possible, and I thought, I'm not going to need any feedback, it's just going to be perfect first time, which of course it wasn't. And the feedback I got from Paul was really good. The intro, I was really stubborn. I was like, I quite like my intro. And then Paul sent me he sent me one that I might want to be inspired from, and I watched a Liverpool documentary that evening, and then came in the next day and wrote a script, got Jordan to record that. I really like the music I chose, and I think that worked really well. And then I cut out some other parts. I did have a Henderson, who's Liverpool's captain, and Jurgen Klopp, Liverpool's manager. I got interviews off YouTube there, but they didn't work. There was one where Jurgen was talking about how we played well in the first leg, and how we had a lot of the chances. And after watching the first leg so many times, I do sort of agree with him on that. But I wanted it to show, it was really bad being in that position. and then all of a sudden, so I took that out to like keep the story better, and the Henderson thing just didn't quite fit in with the rest of it. Now the only other thing that I really want to talk about is the music. Like I said, the music for the intro is really good, and I thought maybe if I had another couple of days I could have extended the length of the script to have maybe a bit of a longer intro, but I think it works quite well with the way it is. But I couldn't find music for the rest. Like I said, I watched a documentary and I just couldn't think of what music I wanted. I looked at Beatles, but that didn't really work. I looked to create my own music. I looked at so many different non-copyright music, but I just couldn't find what I wanted to use. So in the end I used David Cutter, who I think I used in one of my other projects, I'm not sure, but I've been looking at his music thinking that I will use him at some point, and doesn't quite fit, doesn't quite give like it's just a bit generic and stuff. It's used for like a vlog and like drone footage, like Casey Neistat, Simon Wilson, they both use it, and I thought maybe I might even use the music here just to, who knows, yeah.